guys and dolls. So we have had an apparent suicide in one of the prisons. A man called Peter Lynch has been reported to be no longer with us. I'll just give you a quick rundown. Peter Lynch, like most people who are awakened, are called a conspiracy theorist, you know, and that's how one of the newspapers had named this guy, you know, labelled him. And it's absolutely disgusting for that one, just on its own. But I need people to understand that there's something not right here. I'm getting lots of reports from fellow patriots that this man would never have committed suicide. And there's two things that, honestly, guys, you need to be aware of here. As you know, I talk about this a lot in my videos. I've done videos about this, about how much danger these men are in these prisons. And, you know, there's two things that are coming to mind here. One is that something's happened to him and it's been made to look like a suicide. Or two, something was happening to him that was so bad he had no other choice but to end it. Now, that's the two scenarios that are playing at the minute, guys. I'm really frustrated. I'm trying to keep my calm, trying to keep cool. You know, Tommy came back last night and he's home safe and everything's all good there. So, you know, got the protest on the 26th on Saturday. And, you know, I want people to understand that you're watching this video, that this is what these guys that came out onto the streets to protest, in my eyes, were caught up in the emotions, the three little girls getting killed, and the silence of our government to try and hide that he was a child of immigrants, you know, that allowed other fake news medias to come on and take advantage of the situation. And, you know, a lot of these guys, I've seen a lot of two-tier, and to see what we see on the streets, and their emotions got the better of them. Nothing more, nothing less. At that particular time, no matter what they've done in the past, obviously nothing seemed to matter when they were straight up the court and hammered. And this is what our Prime Minister said about these guys before they went into the prisons.
Utterly condemn the far-right thuggery we've seen this weekend. Be in no doubt, those that have participated in this violence will face the full force of the law.
So, you know, in my eyes, that excuse of a human being who labelled all these men far-right racists is responsible for everything that's happened to these men in prison, and it's absolutely disgusting. And I'm just glad that at least we've got Tommy Robinson who's going to highlight these things on Saturday. Now, you know, I've been in prisons all my life. That's why I talk about these things. I'm not just coming on here and taking advantage of something bad that's happened for likes or anything like that. You all know that I come and report what's going on in the world in a way that you understand from the street, what's going on the street. Not what the government are trying to tell you, but what's actually going on in the street, what's actually going on in our prisons. And it's not good. It is not good. I'll let Patrick Christie explain.
Welcome back to Patriot Christie's Tonight. Coming up, tonight's panel will take you through the very first of tomorrow's front pages. But first, Muslims have won the vicious power struggle between British prison gangs, according to the hero of the London Bridge terror attack. Now, convicted murderer Steve Gallant bravely fought off terrorist Usman Khan after he launched his attack back in 2019, and he's now warning that violent Muslim gangs have taken over British prisons. Speaking about his own recent experience in prison, Gallant told The Telegraph, as the Islamists started to grow in number and in strength, the balance of power changed. People who probably wouldn't have ever even thought about converting to Islam began to do so because they thought their chances were better off on their side. It's convert or get hurt stuff, isn't it?
So, you know, there's nothing there to be made up or to be blamed as being hateful. It's all the facts. Our prisons are full of Muslims that are in for horrendous crimes, and they are taking over the prisons. We have guys, 20% of white guys, if not more, are converting to Islam in prison because through fear. Nothing else but fear. Because in a prison, whatever gang's in charge, a lot of weak guys will want to be in that gang, and they'll do whatever they'll do to get that sentence done and get out safely. And this is a huge problem, you know, in our prisons. These guys are getting converted. Some of these guys have got mental health problems. You've got to understand that around about 70% of people in prison are actually got serious mental health problems. And because of their mental health, it leads them to prison. You know, it's no rocket science. People with mental health problems end up in prison. And they're there to be taken advantage of by these extremists. There's no other two ways about it. They're the most extreme of the extremists that they are. You know, they follow certain books by the letter. You know what I mean? And now, a very well-known patriot, he goes to all the demos, well known by all the patriots that frequent these demos, has apparently committed suicide. A 61-year-old man who decided after everything he's been through that this was the moment he was going to end it all. Now, I don't care how stupid you may think you are, but I'm quite sure you can work out what's happened here, guys. We have evidence that they're forcing patriots to go on wings and landings that are full of Muslim men. And these Muslim men have got an axe to grind because remember,
utterly condemn the far-right thuggery we've seen this weekend. Be in no doubt, those that have participated in this violence will face the full force of the law.
And that's why our jails are a really dangerous place for these activists that are getting put away for years, while this lot and this character seem to be getting away with blue murder. You know, months later, still no swift action. You know, why is it only the patriots that is going to feel the swift hand of the law? You know, why does Nick Lowles, that runs Hope Not Hate, able to come out and say, oh, Muslim woman got hit in the face with acid, horrible patriots, oh, horrible racists. That's what he put out online. Muslim men were on the street looking for patriots to beat that day because of him. Patriots got beat because of him. I know these patriots. I know these guys. We know what's going on in the street, guys. We know what's going on in the prisons. You know, it has to stop. We are under attack. The government are using people against us. The Muslim Defence League are rife in England now. And you don't hear nothing from the government. But yet they're able to come out and talk about a phantom EDL that disbanded 10, 15 years ago, and they're able to tar everybody with the same brush. But yet the Muslim Defence League are able to rock about with batons and swords and sticks and walk by the police, and the police do absolutely nothing. We need help. Our country needs help. I appeal to anybody to help this country. This country is under attack from within. There's no two ways about it. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not telling you any lies. I promise you, it is my opinion, but it's what I see. Everything we know as Christians, everything we know as our culture, our genders, everything is under attack. Everything. From within. We are under attack from within. And things are getting serious, and they're going to get even more serious because they're being forced into a corner. Everywhere they look, nobody's supporting them. They're feeling alone. Their support's dwindling. Their circle is dwindling. Their bubble's getting smaller and smaller, and they're starting to panic, but they're still in charge. They're still in charge, so they can do anything they want to save themselves, and they will. Trust me, they will. Tommy Robinson is our new Trump. He's our Trump. And look what they did to Trump. Look what they're doing to Trump. 3 attempts on his life. nonsense charge after nonsense charge to try and get him imprisoned. You know, a prolonged attack on his freedom of speech when he'd never done nothing wrong, just like Tommy Robinson. And I implore every single one of you, if this video touches a nerve, come out on the 26th, go to London and join Tommy Robinson and the rest of the Patriots guys and show them how unhappy you are by bringing your placards and your bits, whatever you make, with your slogans and your chants on it, and protest peacefully with Tommy on the 26th. This Saturday, guys, we've got to bring an end to the Labour Party. We need to have a snap election. We need to replace the Labour Party with somebody that represents the working class people, because nothing they say or do is representing anybody that I know, and that concerns me. We are not going to be forgotten children ever again. Our children are not suffering any longer. Well, you put men away for saying things on Facebook, men and women for writing posts on Facebook and sharing tweets, but yet you're releasing men who have abused our children onto the streets to do it again. You're releasing dangerous men from the prisons so you can fill your prisons up with our men who are saying things on the internet. You're releasing dangerous men from the prisons so you can fill your prisons up with our men who are saying things on the internet. Words. An attack on our freedom of speech. We are under attack by the Labour government. The Labour government are nothing. They are nothing. Absolutely nothing. They got no support. They shouldn't be in power. They got in power by mistake. People refused to vote. 18 million people never voted. They never got a proportion of the votes that deserve them, the seats that they have in the government, when we all know that is fact. So let's demand another election. Let's demand to be run by people who we want to run us. This is our God-given right, guys. So come out on Saturday on the 26th and support the men and women of this country who are suffering. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to bring another video today, just out of memory of that young man. That something very mysterious has happened to him in prison. And I'm telling you all now, that was not suicide. I don't care what they say. That was not suicide. That man did not commit suicide. We all know that on the streets. Everybody's talking about it. We demand an independent public inquiry. I'm absolutely disgusted that our Labour government labelled these young men that just came out one off because they were frustrated at seeing 3 young children butchered on our streets. And they're all far-right racist thugs that are in the EDL that disbanded 15 years ago. You're a disgrace. Keir Starmer, you are a disgrace. An absolute disgrace to this country. And you should be held accountable for your actions and for what you've done to the men and women in this country, for what you've done to Tommy Robinson. All he is, Nick Knowles, he needs to be held responsible for what he's doing. The hate that he's... Hope Not Hate. They're the biggest haters we have in the country. Hope Not Hate are the biggest haters we have in this country. Everybody and their uncle knows that. But yet the government are still funding them. Because of the government puppets. They're paid to hate everybody against the government. So they should be held accountable. Nick Knowles needs to be held accountable. Not just for the fake posts he got up and the hatred that he stirred and the patriots that got beat up because of that man. But just because of the continuous persevering and lies of calling people like Tommy Robinson a racist, nasty thug. Because we're all Tommy Robinson. Every one of us are Tommy Robinson. You get rid of Tommy Robinson, there's going to be another thousands of us. Another 1,000 Tommy Robinsons are going to come up. This is the beginning of the end for the Labour Party and Hope Not Hate. Believe you me, every damn breath of my body, every bit of energy I've got is going in, researching and doing what I can and speaking to the right people online to find a way to bring these people to justice. And they will stand side by side one day, the two of them, Nick Knowles and Keir Starmer and Yvette Cooper. All he is flooding this country with people that are coming in and terrorising our youth and our old, taking our old's money off us so you can fund a war in Ukraine that nobody wants in this country. Zelensky, the puppet. Nobody Nobody's interested, nobody cares. We're all awake. We all know what's going on. We know what you're doing with our food. We know everything. It's time to wake up, guys. It's time to get out on the street. No more sitting about. That's got nothing to do with me. It's not my front door. It's not your front door yet. Because the rest of us are trying to keep them back. It's time to get up, guys. Time to rally. There's your first one, 26th of this month, next Saturday, guys. Please find a way of getting there. Please find a way of bringing friends with you. This is the only way we've got, you know. It's the only way we've got, guys. We're going to lose our country if you don't. You all need to get up now. I always said I'll do it for you, but you need to stand up now, guys. You need to start helping out, patriots online, sharing, liking, subscribing. Whatever you need to do, support everybody and anybody that's coming out and speaking like me. It's the only way we're going to win this. Because if we don't, our kids' lives are going to be hell on this earth. Believe you me. Sorry, runny nose, really cold. Don't have my gloves on. And out of respect for Peter, this is my last video today. Rest in peace, young man. You know, did not deserve to go out like this. You did not deserve to be remembered as a far-right thug. God rest you, son. Please, Lord, take him into your arms. Amen.